All right, we're gonna start with top floor. We're just gonna break down the default holes, rotates, and reinforcements on every site because I don't know what it is recently, but just people in rank just don't seem to understand or get the idea of like the default things, the very well-known, common knowledge things. I feel like so we're gonna try this. All right. Especially you Doc and Bailiff players out there, I know like you just love not using that, but like you don't do anything in the fucking prep phase. So here you go, right? This is your default rotate. This is obvious. Everyone knows that, right? You have a deployable. Sit right here. Place it here, so you have that, right? Set that here. Everybody knows that. Unless you're Macy J, and you like to complain about head holes everywhere, whatever. This is if you're Macy J or whatever, you can reinforce this left wall, but I personally don't like to. I like this open, right? Because you can play this wall. Your shield player can swing up, swing main, right? Swing your closed trophy door, swing your bedroom breach, right? That's pretty good. If you want, you can open a hatch. If you have somebody playing a big tower, you can put holes across that wall. I'm not close enough to do it right now, but you can do that, right? You can do that. You can set holes here to hold this door. This is all like optional things that you don't really need to do, right? Reinforcing this attic breach is a necessity. There's probably going to be a Maverick player with like a Nomad or a Zero watching his flank holding this, so like don't get cooked from the wall and around. They usually like to make a little circle on this side and then get behind this and just kind of like play in. But I mean, you'll hear all that going on. This needs to be reinforced. Like how many times in low ranks I see this just doesn't get reinforced. It's just absolutely insane. Like that needs to get reinforced. I don't know what that's about. But this is optional reinforced, but I mean, you should reinforce it, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Alright, this shit's annoying, right? Everyone should just 360 no scope this dumbass radio, right? That shit needs to be gone, right? Reinforce this main breach. Um, if you want, you could put a vault hole here. I don't recommend it, but you can play closet if you want, but you're probably gonna get cooked unless you got fucking hella util on you. This shit needs reinforced, both walls. Both walls needs reinforced too. Alright. Now, this white wall needs to be opened, right? So you can, the guy can play default here, hold this window, hold top white, so you can do this, play this here, play around here, but now for your vertical player down below, if you have one, I would highly, highly, highly recommend shotgunning holes in the floor below the default plant. No one's going to want to plant on this, right? No one's going to want to plant here. If you plant here, you're brave, you know what I'm saying? And that's the best place to plant, because you plant here, right? You can get seen from bunks, like the bed's there. You can get seen from kids. You can get seen from attic. Your breach is open. You can get shot from behind. You can get shot from white head holes. Like, this is scuffed. If you plant up here, right? It's easy swing right here. Out of this to shoot you. You can get shot from light. No one's going to want to plant here. The best place that you're going to want to plant would always be here. But if there's holes here, you're not going to want to plant here. Who's going to want to plant on this? Especially if there's somebody lurking that you don't know where they are and you haven't cleared or you haven't roam cleared, which no one does in ranked. I would highly, highly, highly recommend shooting out holes here, right? Now, same goes for this window, right? If you have somebody playing below, I would highly recommend shooting out these holes. They're seen from security. But if you shoot out holes here, right, it's even better angle because this is the way that the floorboards go. They can see it from kitchen, right? This is easy hold. Now, feet holes here are like a necessity. I see head holes and weird shit sometimes, like, whatever. You can do whatever you want, right? But I recommend feet holes. Now, people are like, why does anybody do feet holes? I don't understand feet holes. Like, if you're new to Siege, you're like, what's this feet hole shit about, right? Like, why are people looking at my feet on some weird shit, right? When you vault in, this is what you see unless you crouch, right? This is a little bit scuffed hole, but this is what you see, right? Like, bro, if you lose a fight off your kid, like if you're playing kids and you're holding big window, somebody vaults that and you lose this fight, you're fried, you're cooked, buddy. Like what? How do you lose? Like that's literally damn near impossible to lose. If you lose that, there's something going on, right? Because if you vault this window, everyone's going to run this way because no one's going to try to pick this fight. If you come in and you pick this fight, like what? What am I? Like, I mean, you can wall bang it, but like, you should not lose that fight if you're the Kits player, right? Everyone's going to run over here. Now, if you're not playing here, you can put holes here, but I mean, a lot of people like to play here, and then you're kind of like, you know, exposing yourself a bit. But I mean, overall, these are like the default holes. If you have a shield and you're holding here, late round, you can go opposite side of your shield. Back here, you peek this, right? People like to make armory holes. I'm not really a fan. People like to make holes on this wall. I'm not really a fan. I mean, you can make holes underneath there on this door, on the floor. But if you're the trophy player, you're going to have a shield here. You're going to peek this, right? You're going to have ADSs or wall my discs. You can play here. But, I mean, shields are becoming more and more difficult to get because they're taking them from everybody. Smoke doesn't have one. Like, unless you have an alibi, thorn, or warden, you're not getting a shield. And no warden's bringing a shield, let's be honest. So, alright. But, I mean, that's basically all. These walls. I mean, some people put head holes on this. But, like, I personally don't like to. I mean, you can shoot holes right here. My shotgun's not ammo, but you can shoot holes right here. You can see your garage door. Same goes for here if you play armory, but no one really does that, let's be honest. I mean, people definitely play armory, but not like that. But, yeah, I mean, these are basically your default holes. If you do these holes, nobody's going to be mad at you, and if they are, tell them to fuck off. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, let's go downstairs. Wow. Sights are... It was like, alright, I kind of get what's going on here. As soon as we get to the kitchen sites, though, people just fucking... Their brains just break or something. I don't know. Something's not there whenever you get to those sites. But it's alright, we'll work through it. We'll work through it. Bring double shotgun so I have more ammo this time. Alright. If you have a mirror down low, it's like a must pick. If you don't bring mirror down low, you're fucking trolling, dog. But, alright, we're going to reinforce this wall. And we're going to put it... Usually with a mirror, you're like, I want to put it as close to the soft wall as possible. Nah, not on this one, right? Put it as close to the left as you can. You'll see in a second why. You can make this a vault hole or head holes. I personally like having head holes because I don't want to have to worry about this whenever it comes to this, like them vaulting through. If they vault through this, I mean, they're probably fried regardless, but I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't want to have to hold the door, right? So if I'm on this mirror, you're like, why would you put it farthest to the left? Because you have this bomb chassis right here to protect you from your laundry or your main, right? So you can just kind of bob in, bob out, and then just hidey hole. And whenever they get close to here, I mean, you have a free angle, right? I mean, obviously you're going to have to swing out to shoot them. But, like, you can at least see what's going on from this bomb chassis angle, right? Now, a thing I've been liking to do recently is reinforcing this wall if you have extra reinforcements. I like reinforcing this and this hatch. Usually you don't see this done anymore because this hatch really doesn't do shit, but I've been liking to do it when I play Malusi, and I'll put a BP on this wall right here, and I'll put a Malusi gadget here, and a Malusi gadget here, and then I'll play on my BP right here, and when they swing down, freest kill ever, dog. I would recommend that, but you know what I'm saying, I don't see anybody do it, so whatever. Alright, this is your default rotate. You're always going to do this. You can either put head holes or a vault here. I like putting a vault here. I would recommend a vault here, but you don't have to. This is reinforced. And you can hold main from here. You can hold main from here. You can a little bit see freezer from here, but you might get cooked. I'm not sure. Usually you have a doc or a rook player playing here. I mean, if you have a rook player, you might be trolling, but like Warden, Mozzie. Anybody with a 1.5, peeking this shit, this is a really good angle I would recommend because you have the mirror there. Your mirror player, so you can both shoot them. Right? Play here. They go behind this box. They're fried. I mean, this is a freebie, right? Now, another thing I don't see is people shooting this out. This is like a must. If you have a Cade player with a TCS 12, right? He needs to be playing here, right? This is Cade area, right? Holding backstairs is free from here. You can hold it from this door, peek out. Hold it from over here. Hold it straight back. But that's a must. Okay, elbow. You really don't want to give up elbow, but you need somebody to bring a deployable. You need it. Like, whether that be bring a thorn, whether that be whatever. You need somebody to bring out deployable and ADSs. Me personally, hear me out. If you're a Warden player, here's the one time to not be trolling by picking Warden and just fragging everybody. If you're killing people, no one's going to complain that you're Warden, right? But you can actually bring insane util on the site if you're Warden, right? Because if you have one ADS for nades, nades are really only there to clear util like shields now, right? Like, you're not going to get killed by a nade. But if you have an ADS to protect your deployable, right? You play here as a Warden behind a deployable, right? You don't have a nitro. I know. No free kills. Hear me out, though. Playing Warden here with a deployable and you're not getting flashed, you can see through smokes. This is an insane spot for Warden, in my opinion. Especially since Smoke lost his shield, right? Like, barely anybody has one. For some reason, fucking Thunderbird has one. Like, huh? What are we doing here, folks? But if you have a Warden on your team, ask him to bring a deployable and play elbow. I mean, most of the time he'll tell you to fuck off, right? Because Warden mains are dickheads, but you know what I'm saying? If he does that, that's an insane power position, right? I recommend shooting out tarps because tarps make weird ass noises and you don't ever know what the fuck they're on, right? But head holes always go here. If you don't, you're trolling. And if you don't have a deployable, you don't just have to give up elbow. You don't have to reinforce it, right? But it does make it a little bit harder to hold if you don't have a deployable. But I would not recommend just reinforcing elbow rotate because obviously in the round, if they take elbow and you get an option to reinforce it mid-round safely, I would recommend it. But I would not off the rip recommend reinforcing the rotate on elbow because if you do, you're probably going to get cooked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just run over there and breach that wall. That's literally free. You know what I'm saying? That's literally free. I would not recommend that. Obviously, reinforce your hatches. Your freezer hatch, your E-box hatch. I would recommend reinforcing those. But other than that, that's the default on site. If you're off site and yeah, you're playing like somebody with a bailiff, I recommend these holes. No one's going to want to swing anything with these holes, and then you can play attic, right? A lot of people like to just roam random places. I highly recommend for stalling time and not getting cooked, reinforcing or making a rotate here, making those head holes across that wall. It's all about ghost pressure. Even if you don't play this, right? You put holes in this floor, you have an easy peek on this door. You play over here, you have an easy peek on bottom main or backstairs. Now, if you do this, they're going to come looking for you, but as long as you stall time, either barricading this door or making a rotate here and whatever, you make a rotate here. I wouldn't recommend making head holes in this wall because you're not going to be able to watch your own back, but if you have two roamers, you can. You could have somebody playing these head holes and somebody playing the hatch. I wouldn't recommend it, though. But if you can just stall time and get a pick or two all the way up in attic, bro, they got to worry about you to get hatches. They got to worry about you to go backstairs. They got to worry about you just in general having that pressure. Even if you're not up here, though, you can obviously bait them with these holes as ghost pressure because no one's going to want to swing backstairs if there's that. No one's going to want to swing the hatch if attic hatch is open. No one's going to want to swing meeting if this is open. Now, you don't have to play it, but if you get a pick or two playing like this and stall time for your team, you're going to win most of those rounds just based off how much time you stall and if you get a pick. Especially if it's like a Habana or something that's going for hatches. Huge. But this is obviously just if you want. It's not set strats on it. We're going to play Warden for this one because we're going to go kitchen dining this first one. Now, I like to do this as Fenrir. You don't have to play shotgun. This is just for this so I can make holes. But holes here is a recommendation. I would highly recommend it. If you have a BP on here, which is really strong, you can see this whole site. Or you can put it back here, and that's really strong. You can see this. You put it on that wall. You can see literally everything. But you're going to obviously extend if you have a mirror or just in general. If you have a mirror, it goes on this wall, and then you can play this. Even if you don't have a mirror, though, I would recommend extending into this. You can make feet holes here. Not a necessity, but people do it. People make head holes in this right wall. You can. I don't recommend it. Reinforce both these. Reinforce both of these. I'm not doing it, but you get the idea. Now, if Fenrir is not banned, which he almost always is, but if he's not, Dreadnought mine there. It's that window, that door. You can place it a little bit better so I can't get shot, but Dreadnought mine here. So they jump into it, right? Put barbed wire on the window. If you get ADSs, this is an insane power angle. But Dreadnought here. I recommend, if you have your bailiff, shotgunning this shit all the way out. Right here, shotgun this out. And shotgun this out. You say, why? Why would I shotgun this out? Well, if they have a thermite player, which they always do on this site, it seems. What he's going to want to do is he's going to want to place this fucking thermite gadget right here, right? And you're like, why would he want to place that there? Well, if he places it there, it blows the top half of the wall, and he's almost free. I mean, you can obviously nitro him if you hear it. A lot of people try not to do it anymore, but that's a thing. People do that. You can place thermite gadget on this, and it'll blow this main breach, even if there's a fucking Cade on it or a bandit on it. So I'll just recommend shooting that out. But if you play here with your MP7, or play, say, here with your MP7, somebody vaults this window, they're F-not mined, freest kill ever. They vault this window, I'll put barb on it too. They vault this window, freest kill ever. Now I'd recommend, if you have a teammate that is playing dorm side, to prep this window and prep this window, because if you start getting pushed from bottom tower, you're going to need an escape, right? You can run through this window's prepped, you just vault through, and then you run down and you can play up here with your teammate, or you can walk down white and start working shit. I recommend having vert control on this site, even if that's just to stall time, whatever, right? Because if you don't, it's really, really hard to hold this site, because if they get a ram going up here, these angles can be really, really deadly. Like, really deadly. You can see default there, right? See your default plants. You can see like crazy angles from up here, and if they get a ram going and you don't have anybody playing vert, you're probably fried. Is that Jenna Ortega? What? This is a hatch that I would recommend reinforcing even if you play up here, because if they get this hatch, you're kind of fucked. I'm not gonna lie. I would recommend like 2 people playing up here probably, right? 1 playing attic, 1 playing kids. You play together, you pinch together. If you have a white player, they can help you as well. Not race. Whoa, not race, not race. White stairs. Come on. Shoot that. Now, obviously default rotate. Now, you can set up head holes here if you're playing this, if you're afraid that they're going to push from this side, right? If not, don't have to do that. I would recommend opening this. Literally same shit we just did for the other site, I would recommend doing this for holding the door. Easy hold for the door. They lift shots along this wall for ghost pressure. And then our rotate can go here, or you don't have to. If you don't want to play big tower can be very sketchy. You don't have to do that. That is not a necessity, right? I have to do it. But now from hatch, you can hold back tower, stairs. You can hold this door. Which, if they get green tower control, which a lot of people like to do, they like to get green hallway control, and they like to work that for kitchen, right? You can hold this door, and when they swing in meeting, they're free as fuck. If you lose this, I mean, you probably got pre-fired, but just don't get droned. If you're soulless, you know what I'm saying, this is probably you. This is probably where you should play. But yeah, this is insanely strong. If you have 1 person playing attic, 1 person playing kids, 1 person playing white, and 2 on site, that rhymed, you're probably chilling, right? I mean, they're not going to take vert on you. You just got to watch your green hall. Make sure your roamers are watching your green hall. And your kid in small tower is holding, because if he is, then you're pretty fucking chill, right? You have a kid on site and you have everybody else is just kind of holding power positions, you're probably gonna win that one, right? As long as your guy in sight doesn't pick some wild, like peek some wild ass angle and get cooked, you're probably good, right? This site, I think that's about all. You can extend into security if you have somebody playing over there. That'll usually be your person playing white. They'll switch in and out of security, freeze their steps in white, right? You can play here. Usually I recommend a castle playing it, but whatever. You can play here, right? You can play this, you can play this. You can sit on white. You can hold this for your kids for your people that are playing kids in attic. You can sit here. You can swing your laundry, and then this is an easy rotate back to site. You just loop this in, but make sure that your kid on site doesn't get fucking shot from here. I mean, I would recommend putting like a beeper on Z, a beeper on laundry, something so that you know that you're not, or even a beeper on this door so that you know when somebody's coming in. Because if your kid that's on site that's holding this, right? He's holding this door and he's trying to peek his laundry, rotate, and he's trying to peek this. If you don't have intel and they just walk in on him security, he's probably going to cuss you out, right? He's probably going to cuss you out. But, I think that's all for this site. How am I going to fucking die? Hold on. Now your green hall. Alright, this is what it looks like when you break in. Alright? And you're a attacker. You just droned. You're like, alright, I'm not seeing shit, but this is sketchy, right? You're not going to want to peek that. You're going to want to clear your tower first, right? Or if you do, you got to swing across this, and you can't even see up there unless you get your head all up in that shit, right? You can't see that. They can see your whole lower half right now. You can't see them, right? That's what you want with these holes. You want one-way angles. You want optimal. You want every chance of winning a gunfight that there is that doesn't come down to your gun. Because 9 times out of 10, you have a worse sight. 9 times out of 10, you have a worse gun that does less damage. Only thing you have is your setup as a defender, your mechanics, obviously, because it's a one-tap headshot game, and your rate of fire, right? But a lot of times even that, like, if you're holding this, you should not lose this from if you're the attic guy, right? Like, they can't even see you, bro. If they gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I think that's all for this site. Alright, next site we're gonna go is meeting and kitchen, right? You probably rarely see people go to this site because it's really, not really, but it's pretty hard to hold if you're not in a stack that knows what they're doing. But if you're in a stack that knows what they're doing, no one's going to know how to attack it, and you're going to have all the advantage in the world. Obviously, don't run double fucking shotgun on castle unless you're doing what I'm doing and need double shotgun to make a video. But upstairs pressure is a must on this site. Is a must, and your roamers cannot get first picked. Like, if they get first picked right away, that shit, they might as well just chalk up the round now. But these 2 walls need reinforced. It also comes down to your anchors. They can't get first pick. This site is all about wasting time, because if they don't clear upstairs, it's the easiest hold ever, right? Easiest hold ever. Now you're going to reinforce that, and you're going to put a BP here. Now you have a BP that can see into here, that can see back there, that can see a rotate. You're going to make a rotate on the right side here. Why on the right side? Well, you're at least a little bit more covered than if you would be if you held it over here, right? Now, you can play security on this one. You can play over here. I would recommend just reinforcing it. Alright? Just reinforce it. Or not reinforce it, barricade it. Reinforce this. Reinforce these walls because you're not really going to be playing kitchen. You're going to have people vertically playing kitchen. Reinforce this. You can make a rotate if you want to play this. We're going to do it just for the what if scenario that you do, right? So once again, you're a bottom white player, you're going to be playing this if they want to, right? I would recommend it, honestly, because you have a lot more pressure that way. Put a castle here. Stalls. Done. Head holes on this. Reinforce this. Once again, shotgun holes on this, right? Especially on this site, because this is a door that they're actually going to be taking. They have to get into the site. They don't have to. I mean, there's other doors, but they're going to be using this door. This, if they're at all smart, they default plant here because they can only get shot from here. This is where you would default plant. So this covers that. I'll make that a bolt. I just had to do it because I castled that. But alright. So from your hatch, you can see back tower, which is huge on this site. You need to be able to see back tower, right? You can play hatch, See back tower. You can see the plant here. You can see this door. You can see the plant here. You can see the door here, right? This is big. This is big. You need somebody playing attic. If they want, they can reinforce these walls. I'm not mad at it. If you have extra reinforcements, which you should, reinforce this. That way you don't have to worry about getting wall bang from trophy, right? Don't have to even worry about trophy. If they want to come clear this side, they're going to have to use util for it, and you'll know, right? So castle that, reinforce that. You don't even have to worry about it. Shoot this radio. If you never shoot that fucking radio, I'm going to be pissed. That shit's so annoying. Shoot that shit, right? Now, if you're playing kitchen, or if you're playing kids, holding kitchen from above, you need to shoot this hatch open so you can get back to the site. You need to shoot holes here. Hold this door. You need to shoot holes here. So you can see the rotate and default plant, right? That's the rotate, that's the default plant right there. If they plant in this site, you want to see that. You obviously need to rotate for your attic guy so you and him can play together. Right? And then a hole here. Wait, where am I? Oh, it's a little bit over more. A hole here. Can watch your green door walk in. Right? This is good. This is good. This is what you want. You need holes on everything that means anything. Right? Holes here. Huge. So now, you're going to have a guy playing big tower / attic. A guy playing kids. I would recommend make a few holes on this if they try to go your big window. That's a free kill. Freebie. We love freebies around here. Freebies are good. Have a guy playing white. But this time, be very careful what you expose because you're not going to have small tower. You're not going to have laundry control. So be careful. Just play passive angle on white. But, you know, keep that in mind. So you're going to have a guy playing white, a guy playing kids, a guy playing attic, and then you're going to have a guy in sight. I mean, they can play wherever, right? But I would recommend probably over here, or even over here, right? You can play here. Just keep this in mind. Be peeking, but you don't have to focus on that because you got your attic guy. I mean, you obviously swing with your attic guy when he's getting pushed from the stairs, or if he's getting pushed from the stairs. But your attic guy should have your big tower. They're not going to want to peek that. If they do, that should be a freebie, right? As long as he's not fucking playing TikTok mid-round, you know what I'm saying? But play with him, obviously. But your two anchors on site need to be alive, right? So peek in here, and then you can peek down to your green hall. And then one playing security. So you have one white, one kids, one security, one in sight, anchoring this, right? And one attic. That's your 5 people, right? That's an extremely strong site right there. Obviously, no one's going to know what to do because no one does this in rank. This is more of like a comp strat. But if you do this and you can execute this and your team has practiced this, no one in rank knows how the fuck to attack this. They're brain rot, dude. They don't know. They're on fucking autopilot. They don't drone in TikTok face, right? They don't know what the fuck to do against this. They're lost. They're just going to try to swing you. And they're like, I ain't fucking bolo. And when they're not, they're fucking ass, right? Right? They're ass. They're ass. They're not good. Now, if you have all the advantage in the world on defense, you should win this, right? Your guy on attic can hold these holes. He can hold this. He can hold his he can hold his tower steps, right? Your guy back here, he can hold this, and he can hold this, and he can, you know, float back and forth. And your security guy as well floats back and forth. Help his white guy. Don't, you know what I'm saying? He helps his white guy. He helps if they get kitchen wall. If they get kitchen right here. But your kid's guy has the hatch. He has the green door. It's all about helping each other and holding crosses, right? Your white guy, if he's getting pushed, your security guy has a cross on this door, right? Same with if you have control here and they're pushing, taking Z, taking front side. Your guy on security and your guy on bottom white, they have a cross here. They have a double, like, you know what they're saying? They just double shot this guy. They have a cross. This is all Siege is about. It's about crossfires, right? Your guy in security, if they start taking kitchen side, your guy in security, and you trade this guy. You double shoot him. If he walks through, he's cooked, right? Your guy in sight, they start pushing green. You and the kitchen guy, or your security guy, whoever that may be, you just hold this with him, right? Double fire. If you trade that, we're golden. Trades, right? Your guy in sight below, he's holding this. You're holding this. They push through. If this guy doesn't die, you're both ass, right? This guy should be cooked. Same with the head holes here, right? They push through. They push through. They start taking big tower. They're dead. They're dead. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not holding that. Honestly, if you're not going to be able to, reinforce this, honestly. Just reinforce this, because then they're going to have to take extra hard breach util to blow this wall while you're holding it, and you can just freely play this, right? Reinforce this, play this. That's all you have to do to hold this site. I love this site. This site is probably my favorite site if you have a competent 5-stack. I would recommend. But I think that's all for this map. We'll do an attacker guide shortly, and we're going to start doing defense guides on other maps, because it's very evident that people are new to this game. I know the Jinxie inflow of people are coming in, and a lot of people, they don't know what goes into the shit, right? They just like see it and they just implement it into their game, right? Which is good. Like, you want people to know the rotates, you want people to know the head holes, but you also want to know why you're doing it. You can do this as well, so you can get out if you need. But you also want to know why you're doing it. If you don't know why you're doing it, you don't know how to effectively use it, right? I feel like that's pretty good to know what the fuck's going on, right? But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More come. We're going to do other maps. Leave in the comments below what map you're thinking, what map we should do. There's tons of maps that need done. I don't know shit about Lair, but I'll learn, right? I don't feel like anybody does. I'm going to do a Night Haven guide, because that map's really good. People just don't know how to play it. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video. More to come. We're going to do attacker strats as well. But we're going to start off with defense strats. I feel like it's easier to do solo. I need somebody else to help me with the attacker guides. But leave in the comments below what other maps you want me to do, or any other video ideas. And hope you guys enjoyed.